Someone built an Etsy shop in 48 hours, 38 active listings across 5 product categories, every title written by AI, every design generated by AI, every mockup placed by AI, every Pinterest pin scheduled by AI, the SEO copy, AI, the pricing, AI, the shop policies, AI. Then on day 3, a real human customer found the shop through Pinterest search and placed the first organic order. The shop owner typed nothing, not one product title, not one description, not one tag. The entire operation, from empty Etsy account to published, ranked, traffic-generating shop, was executed by Claude Code orchestrating 6 APIs in parallel while the owner watched. This is not a concept. This is documented. This is happening right now, and almost nobody knows it is possible yet. This episode is about the laziest side hustle on the internet, not because the setup is lazy, but because once the setup is done, the business runs without you. Let's establish what we mean by autonomous. Because this is not used ChatGPT to write your listing titles, that is a tool. What we are describing is an agent system, an entirely different category. Claude Code is Anthropic's autonomous agent, not an assistant, not an autocomplete. An agent that reads data sources, connects to APIs, writes and executes its own code, recovers from failures, and completes multi-step business operations without a human directing each step. The difference is critical. When you use ChatGPT to write a product description, you are still the operator. You research the niche, generate the image, paste the description, upload the file, set the price, hit publish. 15 manual steps per listing. At 38 listings, that is 570 manual operations. When Claude Code runs as an autonomous agent, it does all 570 itself. You set the objective. You approve the output. The execution loop runs independently. By early 2026, Claude Code was on a $2.5 billion annualized run rate. A fully autonomous Etsy shop, Royal Paws Studio Art, was built in 48 hours using Claude Code, orchestrating 6 APIs in parallel. The entire shop went from empty account to published, ranked, and generating Pinterest traffic in 2 days. No human typed a title. No designer placed a mockup. No virtual assistant scheduled a pin. That is the bar. Now the agent architecture. The system uses 8 agents, 1 human, 1 commander, and 6 specialists. Each has one job. The research agent connects to Etsy's live search data and analyses what buyers are actually searching for, which niches have high volume, low competition, and strong sales velocity in the last 30 days. It cross-references Google Trends and Reddit to identify rising categories before they become saturated. It produces a ranked opportunity list. You approve one niche. Everything flows from that decision. The design agent generates the digital products: wall art, planners, affirmation prints, templates. It uses the Midjourney API or Flux one to create artwork from text descriptions, formats each file for instant download, and organizes them in a folder the upload agent can read. A batch of 20 products in a consistent aesthetic, 40 minutes of runtime, 0 human involvement. The SEO agent researches the top-performing listings in the chosen niche, their exact title structures, tag combinations, and keyword density, and writes optimized listing copy for every product. Etsy SEO follows different rules than Google search. The agent knows the distinction and applies the correct format. Its listings consistently outrank manually written equivalents because they are built from live ranking data, not guesswork. The upload agent publishes each listing, title, description, tags, price, digital file, and mockup image, using Etsy's v3 OAuth API with automatic refresh token rotation. For listing fields, the API does not expose directly. The agent uses Chrome browser automation. The shop owner never has to re-authenticate after initial setup. The marketing agent creates Pinterest pins for each product with deep links back to the Etsy listings, schedules them across relevant boards, and retires underperforming pins automatically. Pinterest functions as a visual search engine. Pins drive Etsy traffic indefinitely. long after they are first posted. The Sentinel agent handles every customer message and review within 4 hours. It maintains a 5-star service rating by responding to routine messages autonomously after a 30-day probationary period. Complex messages always require human review. The goal: the owner never needs to open the Etsy inbox. The analytics agent monitors which listings are generating sales, generates variants of top performers, identifies new niche opportunities, and produces a weekly summary report. The business improves over time without the owner doing anything between reports. Full recurring cost: approximately $30 to $80 a month in IPI calls. One-time setup cost: under $100. Zero ongoing human labor after the initial build. That structural advantage is what makes the unit economics work. Now the honest income picture. Digital download shops with 50 to 100 well-optimized listings generate $500 to $2,000 a month in passive income. Shops with 300 to 500 listings generate $3,000 to $8,000 a month. The automation advantage is not just time saving, it is scale. A manual seller adds 5 to 10 listings a week. An autonomous agent system adds 50. The catalog compounds faster. The income curve bends upward faster. The critical insight: margins on digital downloads are 70 to 90% because there is no production cost. The agent generates the file once. It sells indefinitely. Every download after the first is essentially pure profit minus Etsy's transaction fee. The economics of digital downloads are fundamentally better than physical products, which is why this specific application of the autonomous agent model is so powerful. Now the honest caveats. And there are real ones. Etsy is actively cracking down on shops that feel inhuman. The solution used by serious operators is a persona brand, a fictional designer character with a name, a story, and a consistent aesthetic voice. Maya, indie artist based in Portland, making minimalist prints that look good in any home. Maya does not exist. The agent runs her shop. But Maya's persona is what keeps the shop alive when Etsy's enforcement sweeps happen. Shops without a human-feeling identity get suspended. Shops with a coherent persona survive. Etsy requires disclosure that digital products are AI-generated, a 2025 policy update. Non-compliance carries suspension risk. The disclosure does not hurt sales. Buyers in 2026 are comfortable with AI-assisted art. Not disclosing is the risk. Not disclosing it. The setup is not instant. Expect 1 to 2 weeks to configure the agents, build the persona, and test the pipeline. It is learnable without a technical background, but it is not a Saturday afternoon project. The setup is the work. The income is what arrives after. And pace your uploads. Etsy's algorithm monitors upload velocity and account behavior. A new shop uploading 300 listings in 48 hours will get flagged. 10 to 15 listings per day is the correct cadence. Speed is the enemy of longevity. Patience is what keeps the shop alive. So, what is the verdict? A documented, real-world autonomous Etsy shop, built in 48 hours. First organic sale on day 3. Running on $30 to $80 a month in infrastructure costs. Zero ongoing human labor after setup, except a weekly 30-minute review of the analytics report. The digital download model has the best margins on the platform. The autonomous agent architecture removes the one thing that made building a digital download catalog slow: the hundreds of manual operations per week. The 2 things that made this hard are now solved. The hard part is the 2 weeks you spend building the system in the first place. Verdict: 6 out of 10. Pursue with caution. The model is genuinely real, and the income ceiling is documented. The caution is Etsy's tightening enforcement on AI shops, the platform risk of depending on one marketplace's algorithm, and the setup complexity that will stop most people before they start. But if you spend 2 weeks building the system properly, with the persona, the paced uploads, and the disclosure labels in place, you are running a business that generates income without your daily involvement. That combination is rarer than it sounds. The laptop does the research. The laptop designs the products. The laptop writes the copy. The laptop uploads the listings. The laptop handles customer service. The laptop researches what is working. You review the weekly report. That is the job.